Okay guys, we finished the front, so I just came back over and emptied out everything I had, just because I'm going to need some space. In this other chest, I have given us a bunch of cobble, and you're going to need a lot. To be honest, I think this is exactly enough. I'm not positive. But before we start the end, I want to come over and do something first. The sortable chests have to have something in every box of every chest. And figuring out where you want to put stuff in each chest, that's going to take a while. So for the sake of the build, even myself included, I just choose cobble, something that's real easy to get a hold of. You probably got a bunch when you were digging out the hole. To fill each of these chests. All right, this is going to take a while, but we can't get the actual mechanism up and running unless we have, like I said, every block of every chest filled up. All right, so what I'm doing is just holding my right mouse button down with a full stack of cobble, and as I drag around, it deposits one piece of cobble into every block. And what's nice is, as long as you don't let go of that button, you're not going to put extras in the boxes. Like I said, as long as you don't let go. So let's repeat this process. I'll finish this first column here right on camera with you, and then I'll do the other 4 off. And it's pretty easy to do this. It just takes a little bit of time, all right? So you want one piece of cobble in every chest, all right? All right, so I'll do the other 4 off camera, and then I'll be back. Okay, guys, I just finished filling the last chest, and it looks like I've only got 44 cobble left. I thought I counted that out exact, but I may have just rounded it up to the nearest stack. So every one of these chests has one piece of cobble in every spot in that chest. And there's actually 54 spots in a chest. So you may have noticed when I was filling it, I had 10 left over in all the blocks, okay? All right, so now that we've got all these stocked, we're ready to put together this end over here, which will contain the feed-in system. And then if you remember over here on the right, we have the bulk non-sortables, okay? So that's going to be the next thing we do. Okay, so we can grab back some of our initial building supplies here. What are we going to need? Droppers, all of our redstone stuff. Let's bring that all over. And what else are we going to need? Those are later. Scaffolding blocks, chests. We'll bring them out. We need those later. Oh, these definitely. Furnaces later. And these are going to bring up for later too. Okay. And, oh yeah, our tools, just in case. Okay, so we're getting close to the end here. All right, well, to get started here, we're gonna do something a little easier based on here. Remember these things? We need to make another one of those over on this side. So I'll just place a block of dirt here so that I can build off of it just like that. Okay, and then we will do this position. See the torch? And then one right here. Okay, so if you remember how this operates, we've got a redstone torch here. We've got the repeater there. And then it's kind of hard to see. I'm going to point at this block right here, which will position redstone right here. It looks like it's going up because there's redstone up here, so we'll fix that in a little bit. And then here. So we've got that going, okay? And then before we hop up top, I'm going to come over and grab a hopper, because the hopper down here, we actually need, see how this hopper's going in this way? All right, this hopper, we need to go off in that direction. So I'm just going to put a block of dirt here so that I can place a hopper there, okay? So now you'll remember this piece here. So that's where we need to kind of come up and do some work. So I'll just scaffold up here. And right here, we need the comparator, okay? And, okay, guys, I took a little break there for a minute. I'm going to leave this piece undone because it gets a little confusing. So we're going to come over here and we're going to work a little bit over here for a minute. This line of droppers leads into the first module, right? So let's actually put in a hopper leading right into that bottom dropper, okay? And then we're going to toss in a chest right here. If I can get up there. Come on. There we go. I've got my shift key down so I can do this. There you go. All right. That is the main input chest that, you would come in from this way and you would dump everything into this chest and then it would make its way down through. Okay? So now what I want to do is come over into this corner here and I'm going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come in 1. And that should be 1 block to the right of this piece that we just built. And what we want to do here is to create a little mechanism that is going to have a, I believe it's three high dropper elevator, one of these things, over here, okay? So that's the next thing we're going to do. So I'm just going to put a piece of dirt right here. Actually, we'll do it right here because we need a block here, and then we need a block here, and then I'll just come up this way. We need a block up here. And then one last block right there. And then we'll get rid of the dirt. And if we did this right, if we stand right here and look straight up, I should see the bottom of that chest. There it is. Okay? All right, so to get us started, we're going to toss a torch here. We're going to toss a repeater here. We're going to toss a piece of redstone right here. And then this comparator will go right there. And then we have a couple more torches that we're going to place here. Here. Actually, I don't need it there. I need it there. Okay, so that will be the little setup for our droppers. Did I bring droppers? Yes, I did. You can see we're kind of running out of them because we're getting close to the end of this. I'm just going to come up here and remember the chest is here and I don't want to bump my head, so I'm going to place one of the droppers here. I can't jump because I'm a little close to this chest, so I'm hoping I'm going to hold my shift key down. There we go. And then this last one, I'm going to do this way. I'm going to creep in. There we go. Whoops. All right, so get rid of this dirt, and we'll see what we got. And I think I just took this torch. All right, that's got to go here. Okay. So this is perfect. So what's going to happen is we're going to have a hopper lead into this dropper, okay? And again, you know how this thing runs, right? It's going to sense it, and it's going to swing around, and it's going to cause the item to go straight up into that chest, okay? All right, so we're getting close. So now what I want to do is work on the next section that's going to kind of be over here. Okay, so we're actually going to start it back here because we're going to use this hopper to help us, okay? So we need to come out 3 blocks So we're going to kind of get in here close, okay? These are just to help position it, okay? So from this hopper over 3, we want to start another little piece of scaffolding. And you've seen this piece before. I'm actually going to come over this way. We want to put a block right here, okay? And then that's going to start a little tower, okay? That's going to come up. So if I just come down here, get rid of these, all right? Does this thing look familiar? Okay. You know, hopefully it should. All right. And I'm just going to get rid of the rest of this. Okay, so I'm just going to come over here because it'll be a little easier. And I need... okay. Sorry guys, those are a lot of jump cuts in this section here. We need to place a torch right there. Okay. Then I'm actually going to come up and hop out of this hole. I'm going to come over here so that I can kind of hop onto this thing. And we need droppers. Okay, we need to have droppers right above that. You know, we've done this before, okay? This one's going to go as high as this one, but I believe it's only 8, so the first 7 comes straight up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that, yeah, that should put us right here. And then I've done this trick before. I'm just going to hold the shift key down, place a block of dirt right there, and then this last dropper is going to be pointing out towards the front. Okay? And then, let's see. Take this guy out. Okay, so this will give us the area we need for this. Okay, so if you remember, it's going to be one of these, right, leading off to one of these, and boy, the redstone, I keep running out of redstone stuff. Like I said, I took a break from this to work on some things you may have seen over there, and I forgot to put this stuff away before I started to do that, so I find myself, I'll do it on camera this time, I find myself going back and getting things that, you know, I shouldn't have had to get because I would have already had them, okay? Alright, so let's come back up here. Whoops. And let's get back into survival. There we go. Alright, so we are now just going to create a little torch tower, and this is going to go here, and you know what? I think I'm going to need more redstone torches too. Okay. And then over here, so this repeater, right? So when an item enters here, it'll do the little loop, and then this torch will turn on and start to shoot it up. Okay. But again, let's see. So now all my counts are going to be off. The counts are correct. You know, if anything, you're going to have a couple of each item left over, but I'm pretty sure most of the pieces you're going to be correct. All right, so let's come over here and we'll finish this little torch tower thing. All right, so you know we've done this before. We just place a torch, then a block, then a torch. All right, and then again, if the block is in the front, we're going to place a torch in the front. Okay, then a block, torch, block, torch, in the front, block, torch, block, and so on. Now, if I come up here for a second, okay, this is in the front, right? So that's this hopper, right? Which means I would need a torch over here, right? But you notice that when I place the block, it's away. You know, it's 2 blocks away from this one, which means I have to put a torch here. And did you hear it? It didn't click. That's because for this last one, we actually have to go above the torch tower, okay, which we did not have to do over here. And that's because the height of this one was taller than the height of this one. So if I just drop over here, as soon as I place a torch here, this guy will click. Did you hear that? Okay, so now that one's good to go. Okay? All right, so now we're getting there. So now we're getting the pieces that are going to go on. Okay? And again, this torch tower is going to lead into a set of chests that are going to sit here to be the overflow, the unsortable, or the unstackable items. Okay? But I'm just going to hop down here because I'm going to hold off working on the front again, because now the two pieces that we need to work with connecting this section up are now in place, so we know where we got to go. Okay, so that is going to be the next one we got to do. All right, so let's do the lower of the two first, the one that's going to lead into this one. That's going to come off of this hopper. All right, this hopper is going to filter out the sticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my shift key down and attach a hopper leading into this comparator, okay? And then we can actually do this too. I think we can do this, at least for one of them. Okay. We'll put a hopper here, okay? So again, by the time items get here, it's because they haven't been able to sort through any of the sortable chests or bulk chests, right? Which means that they're either a muffler stick or an unstackable item, or for some reason one of your chests is completely filled with an item and it's an overflow item, okay? So it's going to make its way over through these, okay? Now, did I put my muffler sticks in? Yeah, I did. I want to bring those down, because now what we're going to do is populate this one to test for muffler sticks. I'm going to get in there. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Again, it should be 22, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, plus 1 is 21, 22. It should be 22 muffler sticks. Okay. So if a muffler stick comes down, it'll get detected here. It'll drop to here. So now we've got to make it from here to here. It appears to be a straight shot. In fact, that one has to be here. But here's an interesting piece I discovered. We come up here. This piece of redstone is going to cause us some grief. If I just bring it from here straight over to here, this redstone is going to deactivate the hopper that would be right here. So it's kind of strange, but here's what I did. I came around, just holding the shift key down, I came around that block, just like that. Okay? So we'll take those dirts out. So it'll come around, so it'll stay away from that piece. It'll stay away from that piece, okay? I came up here because I want to take care of another problem that's up here. Do you remember when we put this together, we placed this piece of redstone for this circuit, but it connected in over here? So I just want to take a block and place it right above that, so to kind of cut it, so that circuit stays separate from this circuit, okay? So you can see that we've got this going on here pretty good, right? Okay. The other thing we need to do is this guy over here, okay? So we're going to work on. So I'll just take these two pieces out, okay? We could actually do it from up there, though. So let's come over here. I think we can hop right in here. Yeah. Okay. So this last piece is pretty straightforward. I don't have to worry about any weirdness. We want to come in from the side here. Okay. I don't want to come along here because this torch will do the same problem we had over here. So to avoid that, I'm just going to come out two like that. Okay. And then we could just come straight in. And now this one here, I think I'm going to have to kind of there we go. Right here. There it is. okay? So again, if it makes it to here, if it's a muffler stick, it'll get pulled down and fed into that section and go back up to the input chest. If it's not a muffler stick, then it's either an unstackable item, an unsortable item, or an item that we have overflowed into, one of these chests, okay? So that will come down this run and into the side of this dropper and then straight up, okay? All right, so we're going to go up top again, and we're going to see if we can't finish the front of this piece next. Okay, guys, we're up top again. I'm just going to build a little scaffolding here that we can work on. We know that the top chest has to be up here. I'm going to hold the shift key down, and I want to see if I can squeeze. Maybe I have to jump to do it. There we go. I want to put a block of dirt there so that I have a place to put some chests. And I may not have enough chests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's too funny. Okay. Again, I'm going to, whoops, that's not right. I want to put 6 chests. And, of course, I got to go down and get them anyways. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up a little. 6. Okay. And then these chests come over to the side on this side. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 in here. I don't think I have any more. No. So again, back into this. I swore that I took everything that I was building with out before I started working on other things. I'll just pause a second. You can see I've done some things over here. Okay, and I'll talk about those later. Let's come over here, and we'll put the rest of our chests in. Okay, all right. So these are all the chests for the unsortable stuff, right? And then all I'm going to do is come over here on this side, and oh, jeez, bad. Back into survival. Okay, again. I am so bad at tutorials, so bear with me here, guys. There we go. All right. So let's get back up there. Hopefully we can do a little jump again with the shift key. Right? Bang, bang, bang. There we go. All right. So I believe this section is done. Okay. So, they'll come in down here. They'll come all the way up. They'll come in here. Okay. Now, the way this one is set up is a little different than over there, because if you remember, the droppers and the hoppers were side by side. This system doesn't do that. So basically what's going to happen is if it's in this dropper, it's going to hit this hopper. It's not even going to go here. It's going to immediately shoot as far down as it can go and come into this chest. Okay, so it's just like the old bulk storage that I had in the first one I made. So this one's got to get completely filled before this one does, and then this one's got to get completely filled before this one does, and so on. Okay. All right. So I think that finishes that off. What we can do is a couple more things over here. Right where this hopper is, we need to place a block. Okay. Now in the finished build, you're going to put a block on top of this that would become your floor, right? But it's this block that is the position you would place this lever when you need to tweak, how many muffler sticks you have in this system, to get yourself going, okay? All right, so I'm going to go off camera, check everything, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I think we're just ready to put the finishing touches on. Okay, yeah, I think we are good to go. I picked up a few more chests because we're going to need those in a little bit. But I'm going to hop back down here. I think I can get rid of these. So now, really, all the wiring is done. All the hoppers are connected in correctly. Each of these is connected in from one to the other. So really, we've got a complete circuit. So now we're really just ready to kind of put some finishing touches on here. But I think what we're going to do is the muffler piece. Okay, so let's come back up here. So now really this is just the mechanics piece. You know, we're going to add all the extra goodies that you see over here in a couple minutes. But first, let's do the actual, I guess you could say, the programming piece of this thing. Okay. Now I've got, what is this? 5, I think. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 5 units this time. So it's going to be more than 21 sticks. So I've got 42 here. We're going to start with 21 because we know we're going to need at least that many. And you can see once this one starts to flash, you're going to hear more clicking. Okay. Then that one's going to start to flash. You're going to hear more clicking. You see that? There it goes. Okay. And eventually, I'm just waiting until these turn off. It's kind of hard to see. Let's see. Do I have? We'll do this. Can I still open this chest? Yeah, good. Good, and I still have it. Okay, so let's add half what we've got left. And I can actually see all the comparators, so we're good to go. Listening for clicking, I should hear some more. There's some more. And I am seeing the very last module light up, so that means the sticks are getting down to there. Okay. Alright, that stopped flashing. This guy hasn't flashed, so that means let's add 5 more. Let's see what it does. Remember, the goal here is to get it so that we know we've got a complete circle without constantly running one of these circuits. Okay? Alright, let's just see. Is it going to pop in again? Okay. See, it did. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So I want to watch to kind of get an idea of how many extra sticks that this time around we're going to have to take out. So let's wait again. Might be 2, might be 3. But let's see what happens. Here's 1, 2, 3. Ooh, 4? 4 maybe. Okay. So I'm going to turn this lever, which will deactivate the hopper that's under the chest, which means when the sticks start to come back, see, they're not leaving. So I actually am going to take 3. Turn this one back on. Okay, go back in. Alright, I took 3 out, but I thought I counted 4. So if I need to take 1 more, we'll wait around again. If this thing hits again, then we know we got to take another one out. So we'll just wait a second and see if that's the case. Yeah, see that? And only one time, did you say only one of them flashed? Okay, so I'll turn this back on. I'll wait for 1 stick. Okay. Turn that switch back off. Good. We'll wait a second, and if we just wait this time, we shouldn't see any activity. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. That's a good sign. Okay, then we'll run a test to make sure that we've got just enough sticks in there to push the items through. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, alright, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to get rid of this dirt. Alright, let's come over here. Oh, bummer. That's not what I wanted to do. Can I get out over here? Yeah. I want to come down to the end here because, you know, you put your stuff in down at that end. It goes up, down, up, down, up, down through all these systems, right? This is a storage system, okay? This one here is the last sortable. So I'm going to open up this one. Let's see. I've got a couple of extra hoppers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 hopper and place it in the bottom right spot of the lowest chest at the end of the line, okay? Then I'm going to come back here And I am going to, can I get in here? Okay. I'm going to place, what is this, three hoppers in, okay? Then I'll just come down here, and I want to see, there's one in here now, so if this works 100%, in a bit, we should see 4 hoppers come in. So I'm also watching over here to see the lights light up, because that'll tell me that those hoppers are coming through those modules. See, there we go. So it's entering this one. It's just entered this one. Okay, so it should be soon that it's entering this one. It'll come down. It'll notice, oh yeah, there's a hopper right there. I should be able to place it. And let's see if it pushes it in. Okay, now those may have turned on because there were sticks being pushed through. So you have to see it's turning on again. Okay, so that first run was pushing sticks through. So maybe this is the run that's pushing the hoppers through. And we'll see what happens. These are those holes. You know, it's either empty or there's a stick. And again, I'm not seeing them come through, so maybe that was another little chunk of air. So I'm watching. Here we go. Here comes this third chunk. Okay, looks like 3, 4. All right, let's see. Come on. Wow. Lots of sticks to push through. Okay. Come on. There it comes. Here comes another set. As long as these are still lighting up, we're good. We're good to go. Okay. It's not the speediest system, but it is very, very efficient. Okay. Come on, you're making me a liar. Hustle, hustle. All right. Now we gotta wait for another one. If they keep lighting up, I'm not worried, because that means that the circle, the loop, is still running. Okay. If they stop lighting up and they never show up, then we got a problem somewhere. So I'm just waiting for it to push them through. So what do we got? We got 6 chests in each module. We've got 6 modules, so that's what, 36. And then you've got the possibility that it's either in a hopper or a dropper, right? So that's what, 36 times 2. That many different places that have to get pushed through. Okay. I did time this the one time, and in this position, in this last spot, it can take up to a minute and 10 seconds to actually make it to here. So that could also be the possibility. Come on. See, it's still flashing, so it's still pushing stuff through, so we're good. We're good. Wow. Now I'm beginning to wonder. No, we've still got some. 2. Oh, that was a 3. Oh, that was a 3. That could be good. Because there were 3 hoppers, right? Come on, you could join us. There we go. There we go. We need one more, though. We had 3 hoppers. There was 1 in there. So we should see one more flash. I don't want it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Pushing on through. There it is. Now I'm just going to wait along here. All right, I pushed all 3 of them through. Now it's just kind of settling itself. So we may see an extra flash while it settles, but it should basically turn itself off. But as you notice, there were just enough sticks in to completely push all the items through. Okay, you know, this spot is the one that's going to take the longest. Okay, all right, so I'm going to take those out. Now we have to be careful. And somebody commented in my original video, if you take one of these out, see that? If there happens to be a stick in the hopper that is directly behind the chest, it's going to come into the hole. So you've got to be very careful. I got to put this one back in. So the trick that I have learned is either, if you got a bunch in there and you need them, I just right-click and start taking halves out until there's only 1 left. Okay? Or the other possibility is to take a single item and swap it out that way. Okay? So that you're never taking the chance of having an empty hole in here, because the instant you create an empty hole, if there's a stick in there, that stick is going to pop in. All right, so I need to place this stick back in the system to keep everything balanced. All right, so we'll see. Oh look, it actually slotted in here. Okay, so now everything is balanced. All right,